Good evening. I'm Joey McIntyre, and I am so happy to be your MC for this evening and welcome you to tonight's virtual gala, supporting the programs and services of the Center for Hearing and Communication, or CHC, an organization that is near and dear to my heart, as my son Reese has been receiving services at CHC for the last few years. And before we go any further, let me please introduce our interpreter for the evening, Mara Zuckerman. So, for the past 26 years, CHC has put on an amazing gala. While we can't be together in person, our virtual night together will be filled with entertainment. You'll learn more about CHC, hear from the musical genius and my good friend from our days working together in Wicked, Mr. Alex Lackamore, and of course, the opportunity to support this great organization. CHC is the leading hearing healthcare organization in the country. They provide audiology, communication, and mental health services to people of all ages who are hard of hearing and deaf. And they do this regardless of a person's ability to pay. That is huge. And as always, CHC makes all of its events accessible to people with all degrees of hearing loss and communication needs. As you can see on your screen tonight, we have a sign language interpreter and a real-time captioning. So thank you all for being here. It's going to be a great night. And to kick things off, and before we get to all the fun, I do want to take a few minutes to share my story. I first got to know CHC and all their incredible programs when my family came to New York City and we needed help for Reese, who was born with severe hearing loss. I can tell you, as a parent, finding out that your baby can't hear your voice is devastating. It felt like this huge rock was dropped on me and I couldn't even breathe almost. And my stomach was in knots. And that feeling lasted until I finally got educated. You know, I got the information and it went from, oh my God, and fearing that someday my son might be walking out into the street and I'm calling after him and he's not going to hear me. And, you know, you just think of the worst things. And because of places like CHC, I found out that it was going to be okay. And there's just work involved. And so that's where CHC comes in and comes in to help families coping with hearing loss like mine. CHC is where Reese got his hearing test, speech therapy, and academic support. They're no joke. There's a lot of tough love there. I know. I've seen what Reese has to go, and he takes his classes, and it's really good work. But you know, you're really getting taken care of. They even have a mentorship program where Reese and kids like him can hang out with young professionals who also have hearing loss. And after a while with CHC, and in the CHC community and the support of friends and family, I realized it's going to be more okay. It's going to be amazing. And Reese's hearing loss is not, it's just a part of who he is. It doesn't have to define him, and it doesn't define him. CHC's vision is communication without limits for all people, young and old, with all degrees of hearing loss. That's what I see in Reese. No limits. Thank you, CHC, for being there for parents when they find out their baby has hearing loss. Kids in school, adults, older folks, everyone. Here's just a glimpse into a few more stories in the incredible work at CHC. Thank you, CK, and many, many thanks to all of you out there donating and supporting CHC, an organization that means so much to my family. And speaking of family, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Reese McIntyre. Hi, buddy.
Hello.
You having a good time tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're raising awareness and money for all the great work that CHC does. Now, you've been going to CHC for a few years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you have a good time there?
Yeah.
And is it hard work?
Yeah.
Do they do a lot of love and fun?
Yeah.
See that? I know that to be true. I'm really proud of the work you do there. And that's why we're here tonight. Now, to tell you more about CHC, I'd like to introduce to you Heather Baker, CHC's Executive Vice President and co-chair of tonight's gala, who will share her personal story. There is no one that I can think of who exemplifies CHC's vision of communications without limits more than tonight's honoree, Alex Lacamoire. Alex, of course, is best known for his work on the hit Broadway shows Hamilton, Dear Evan Hansen, and In the Heights. Altogether, he has won 3 Tonys for Best Orchestrations, 3 Grammys for Best Musical Theater Album, an additional Grammy for producing The Greatest Showman soundtrack, and most recently, an Emmy for Outstanding Music Direction for his work on the FX miniseries Fosse Verdon. And why am I not working more with this guy? Oh my gosh. Oh, by the way, he was also the recipient of the first of its kind Kennedy Center honors for his contribution to Hamilton. What you might not know about Alex is how he's been an inspiring role model to so many kids. Like Reese, Alex has been wearing hearing aids since he was a child, and his kindness and generosity of spirit has touched so many. Take a look. On a personal note, I am so happy to be a part of this and can't think of anyone more deserving. And now, Alex, some of the CHC kids have put together a little tribute for you. And by the way, did you really think I'd let Alex get away without me singing a song with him?
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear? But let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home. 'Cause even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, you reach up and you rise again. Lift your head and look around, you will be found.
Thank you all again so much for being here tonight and for supporting CHC. They could not do this without your help. And there's still time to donate. So go online or text to donate, because together we can really, really make a difference. It's been a total honor to spend this time with you guys tonight. Congratulations again to Alex, and congratulations to CHC for all the incredible work they do to truly empower people who are hard of hearing and deaf. On behalf of all the babies, kids, adults, and parents, and all the people CHC helps, I thank you so, so much.